Hello friends, I'm Tim Wildsmith, and in this video I'm going to be going through all of the exciting and intriguing Bibles that are set to be released between now and the end of 2021. Okay, so I get messages and comments from people all the time asking, hey, do you know when this Bible is going to be released? Or do you know when that Bible is going to be coming back in stock? And I was like, man, I get those questions a lot. I know people are excited about that. And so there's just a few months left in this year. I know that Christmas is coming, and many of you want to add a new Bible to your wish list for Christmas, or you want to purchase a Bible for someone you love. And so I decided I was going to scour the internet. I was going to contact a bunch of different publishers, and I was going to come up with a list for all of the exciting or intriguing Bibles that are coming out between now and the end of the year. So I made a big list. I'm going to dive into this and just tell you so you know. I'm going to throw some pictures in here, hopefully to help you see what's coming out so you can be excited about what to look forward to between now and the end of the year. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, let's start with Schuyler Bible. Schuyler has two new releases set to come out this year that are brand new Bibles that they've never published before. The first is coming out in September. It's the RSV Quintel, the Revised Standard Version. I pre-ordered a red full Yap edition of this Bible, so I'm really excited for it to get here. They have pre-orders currently available on their website. So the RSV Quintel is scheduled to arrive in September. And in late November, they're doing a new edition of the NASB. I think it's the NASB 2020. It's called the Stridon. And they recently released some pictures on their Facebook page and online that was just a sneak peek at the inside of this Bible, single column format. It looks really awesome. So I'm excited about those two, the RSV Quintel and the NASB Stridon. They also, probably by the time this video is coming out, they're having some new ESV personal size Quintels. The ESV full-size Quintel is coming out in September. They're doing an ESV Traveris reprint that they released that earlier this year. That one's coming out in either December or January. They have the NKJV Quintel coming back out in October. They're doing the KJV Traveris again in October, and then October, and then they have the NIV PSQ. I posted a picture on Instagram of my NIV PSQ, black with blue ribbons. It's a stunning Bible, and it's got that, like, the it factor, that perfect flop. They have another one of those that's coming out later this year or early January as well. So there's a bunch of new runs coming out from Schuyler, but those two brand new Bibles are the RSV Quintel and the NASB Stridon. Okay, R.L. Allan. Everybody who watches my channel knows that I'm a big fan of R.L. Allan, and many people have been talking about the fact that they have teased the release of a new single-column, verse-by-verse reference Bible in the ESV, the English Standard Version. And I spoke to Ian at Allan, and he did confirm that it was going to be a new edition for Allan based on Crossway's previous single-column, verse-by-verse Bible. It's going to have a 10-point font, it's going to be line-matched, and it will have the 2016 text. But he also told me that there had been some complications with the printing of that, and so it had been bumped down the schedule. I don't know if that Bible is going to be coming out before the end of the year, but they are still working on it. So hopefully it will be late 2021 or early 2022. He did tell me that they had moved into its place a new run of the NASB reader. And I've never reviewed the NASB reader from Allan. I have one in petrol blue. I love that Bible. And it's actually probably one of my favorite Allan Bibles. It's a really special Bible that's done really well with a Lockman text block printed and bound at Royal Youngblood in the Netherlands. So he said they might be having some new colors there. So I'll definitely be doing a review of that Bible when it comes out. But those are two things that I have on the radar for R.L. Allan. Next up is Cambridge. The folks at Cambridge have some exciting Bibles coming out very soon. Chief among them is the ESV Diadem. There's going to be an ESV Diadem reference edition and an ESV Diadem with Apocrypha reference edition. If you haven't heard of the Diadem, a lot of people have been talking about it online. It is an enlarged version of the Pit Minion, the classic text that so many people love from Cambridge. It's enlarged, and it's not going to be supersized. It's going to be about the size, they confirmed this with me, about the size of the Concord from Cambridge, which is a really great size Bible. I've done a review of that if you want to check it out. So they're going to be having the ESV edition of that. It's going to be a hardback edition coming out at the end of the year, and then they're going to be having leather editions in early 2022. So that's very exciting, the ESV Diadem. Also, the KJV Topaz. So they've released an ESV Topaz and an NKJV Topaz, and the KJV Topaz is scheduled to come out at the end of this year. They also have a limited run called the NIV Insight Wide Margin, which just a special edition of the NIV Wide Margin Bible. I don't have a lot of information about that, but I know that it's coming out this year. And the KJV Turquoise is getting a full YAP edition this year. So that's a bunch of Cambridge Bibles, and there's one more that, I'm going to be honest, I know about it. I know the name, but I'm not allowed to talk about it yet because Cambridge wants to let that information out. So there's another Bible coming out from Cambridge that I think a lot of people are going to be very excited about. So if you are a Cambridge Bible fan or you like the idea of some of those that I just mentioned, get ready because those are coming out here at the end of 2021. There are two smaller, more up-and-coming premium Bible publishers that I'm pretty excited about. One is called Humble Lamb, and Humble Lamb has their NKJV Shepherd Bible coming out this fall. In late September, the edge-lined editions of those will be released, and in early October, there will be paste-off editions, so you can pre-order those already. I've pre-ordered a copy of each, so I'm excited to review those. The other is Steadfast Bibles. Last year, I reviewed the handy-size Preacher's Bible in the NASB from Steadfast Bibles, and this fall they're releasing the Legacy Standard Bible in that handy-sized Preacher's Bible. They've already, I think, sold out of all of the premium leather editions, but they also have some hardcover editions and others that are still available. So if you're looking for one from those publishers, more boutique, smaller-end premium publishers, that's what they have coming out this fall. Next up is Crossway. I think I was one of the first people to mention, and I did my review of the ESV Preacher's Bible earlier this year, right at the beginning of the year, that Crossway was moving production of their heirloom, their premium Bibles, back to Royal Youngblood in the Netherlands. And the first of those is 3 different Bibles that are going to be released in November: the ESV Omega Heirloom Edition, the Legacy Heirloom Edition, and the Heritage Heirloom Edition. Those are going to be available in black goatskin and also a brown Horween leather, which is a new thing for them. So I'm excited. I have a watch strap that is made of Horween leather, and I really like it. And I did notice on their website that the retail price of the Horween leather editions has actually gone up since they first published it. It's over $300 now. So that's probably going to be a very, very nice Bible. And the folks at evangelicalbible.com are doing an exclusive release of some of those same Bibles on their website in November, where they're going to be using blue, purple, and green goatskin. I have a green goatskin copy from them of the Legacy, the ESV Legacy, which is fantastic. So there's going to be a lot of new premium ESV options, at least 3 different Bibles in a bunch of different bindings coming out this fall. Okay, Zondervan. Zondervan just released a huge run of Bibles with the NIV Grace and Truth Study Bible. I did an unboxing and a full review of the Premier Collection edition of that. So that just came out this week, and they've been really excited about that. But they also have some other cool Bibles that are coming out. One is called the Passaggio. And so the Passaggio, Randy Brown talked about this a while ago. It's this really cool Bible where they've basically done the 2-column for the double column for the poetry, and single column for the narrative portions of the text. Passaggio is a musical term, and so they're using different formats throughout the Bible. The pictures online look really cool. They're going to have leather soft and buffalo versions of that Bible available in both the NIV and the NASB, and those are coming out in October. They also have 3 Premier Collection Bibles from Zondervan coming out this fall. I'm excited about all of these. The NRSV Personal Size Large Print, it's going to be in purple goatskin with speckled edges. So Zondervan previously was doing mostly black Bibles in the Premier Collection. The NIV side column came out earlier this year, wide margin, and it was brown. Now they have that blue one in the NIV Grace and Truth Study Bible. They're coming out with a purple NRSV Personal Size Large Print. That's coming out in September. That NIV side column wide margin is going to be released again in a black goatskin in October. So if you weren't a fan of the brown, they're going to have that kind of more classic black in October. And then there's going to be an NIV Thin Line Bible large print in brown goatskin coming out in November. So there's a bunch of new options from Zondervan this fall that are really exciting. Thomas Nelson has been hitting home runs left and right all year long with their Bible releases, and they have a bunch of new ones set for the rest of this year. There's the NKJV leavened bread. I don't know what the Bible's called. Interleaved Bibles are the ones that have the text on one page and then they have a page for notes. Every other page is blank space for taking notes and journaling and things like that. So they have an NKJV version of that. I think it's just a hardcover cloth over board. That's coming out in September. That NKJV single column reference Bible that I love. It's like one of my favorite Bibles of all time is the NKJV single column reference. They're doing a wide margin version of that's coming out this fall. They're also expanding the McLaren series. I recently reviewed the McLaren series, which is like basically an update of their former preaching Bible in KJV and NKJV. Now they're doing a compact version in the McLaren series. That's coming out in November. And then towards the end of the year, many people are familiar with Thomas Nelson's chronological Bible. It's a really great way to study the Bible. If you have somebody, at the holidays, buy a Bible for someone who wants to read through the Bible in a year, and it's this chronological plan. They're basically doing a facelift on that Bible and doing new versions of that in both the NKJV and the NIV. So there's definitely some exciting Bibles coming out from Thomas Nelson. I spoke to my friends at Holman Bibles, and they told me there are 2 new handcrafted collection Bibles coming out this fall, both in October. The verse-by-verse wide margin, which is the very first Holman Bible that I reviewed last year. It was kind of before they had branded everything as the handcrafted collection, so it's coming out in the handcrafted collection this fall. So it's like a re-release of that Bible. They're also doing the CSB Study Bible in the handcrafted collection, so that's exciting. And I noticed on their website that there are a bunch of new editions of the She Reads Truth Bible, which is in the CSB translation, kind of in partnership with She Reads Truth and Holman. There's several new editions of that Bible coming out in October, so that's a great gift idea for the ladies in your life who love the She Reads Truth devotional program and things like that. They're a cool company, and that's a very, very popular Bible, so there are new editions of that coming out as well. Lockman has a couple of new editions of the NASB 2020 coming out this fall. In September, we're getting a calfskin edition of the large print ultra-thin Bible. It's a Bible that I like, and they're going to have a nicer calfskin edition of that. They're also going to be releasing a large print compact in the NASB 2020 in September as well. Tyndale has been blowing up our feeds lately with all of their new marketing materials for the new NLT logo, and they're just kind of rebranding and doing a fresh start on a lot of different things in their line. And they have several Bibles coming out this fall. They have the NLT Compact Filament Bible is going to have that new logo and design. That's coming out in October. The Life Application Study Bible, I reviewed those earlier this year. They've updated to the 3rd edition in the NLT and the NIV, and now they're coming out with that in the King James Version as well. So if you want the Life Application updated 3rd edition in the King James Bible, that's coming out in October. They also have some new NLT Filament Bible Journals. Tyndale is getting into the Bible Journal game in November. They're going to have one for almost every book, I think every single book of the Bible, and it's a Filament Bible Journal. Those look really cool. And then in November as well, they have a Value Thin Line large print NLT that's going to be part of that filament collection as well. So there you have it. I counted it up, and that was about 35 new Bibles that are set to be released between now and the end of the year. And to be honest, that's not even all of them. There are more Bibles than that. These are just the ones that I thought were particularly exciting or intriguing. So here's what I want you to do. Thinking about all those Bibles that I just talked about, I want you to go to the comments, and I want you to say, if you had to pick one Bible, I know that's hard. If you had to pick one Bible that you're most excited about from that list, leave a comment, let us know what it is and why you're excited about it. And if you see Bibles on this list and in this video that you're like, man, I have to have that, I want to add that to my wish list, or I want to pre-order that, I will do my best to put as many links in the description of this video so you can find those Bibles and get them ordered and get them added to your wish list for your friends and family for Christmas. So before you go, once again, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I really love making this. Is a fun video. I think somebody, actually one of my reviewers, recommended, hey, why don't you make something like this? So this is a great idea. Thank you for that. And definitely check us out on Instagram and Facebook. We've got a great community out there, and I would love for you to be a part of it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.